Welcome back, everybody. Southern Discomfort is on the air again. I am your host, the Paranormal Pastor, Ezekiel Kincaid. And by my side is my lovely bride-to-be, Bethany.
Hey, everybody. I
So
still don't care what you say at the beginning. It looks like a chicken.
I am going to check and make sure that we are streaming everywhere. We're trying to
Shouldn't you have done that
on,
before we started?
well, it doesn't actually show until you go live. We are trying to stream on Instagram tonight for the first time. So I'm going to go over and see what's happening on that real quick. It is not doing. It's not working, Dustin. I don't know what I did wrong.
You failed.
Let me click over
Hello,
here.
Hello, yobaby.
We got
There's
yobaby.
beautiful PW.
PW.
Our ethereal witch.
Bear with me just for a moment. I'm getting on my desktop with Instagram and seeing what's going on. It's not working. I don't know. I don't know what I did. We tried to get it set up. We'll have to mess around with it a little bit more and see what is going on, because you're supposed to be able to go on Instagram and then just hit live, but it's saying it's not set up, and I went and set everything up a couple hours ago. So we'll keep messing around with that. Hopefully by Thursday's show, we will have everything set up and ready to go on Instagram. So, okay, Dustin, yeah, we'll try it out and let's see what we can get squared away with that. So we will wait a little bit and give people some time to hop into the chat and tell us hello, to join PW and yobaby here, and Dustin. Dustin got some cool stuff in the mail. I was watching his Facebook Live video. Bethany, he has a megalodon tooth. You believe that?
For some reason I could, but I don't know if I necessarily believe you.
He's got a megalodon tooth. All right. I saw it on camera. He showed it.
You also saw an alleged condor that was really a chicken hawk.
Yes, and you believe me, but see, yobaby says she's got one too. I'm not lying. Dustin showed it on Facebook Live. He has got a megalodon tooth, and now I want one. I want to make like a hatchet out of one, a weapon. I want to weaponize a megalodon tooth, sharpen it down really, really good, and use it for mass destruction. We'll test it out on the show. How about that? PW said I need to do the Jim Carrey song of Ice Ice Baby on the channel. I could. I used to have the hair back in the day, PW, believe it or not.
Actually, he looked like Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell.
Bud Files is in the house with us. Thank you. yobaby said, it's true, Bethany. I hate to take Brother Zeke's side. It hurts my soul.
I appreciate that, yobaby. Thank you. But
I am right. I'm not lying about the megalodon tooth.
You lie about everything. Okay, that's the problem.
Right. So it keeps it interesting because y'all don't know if I'm BSing you or not.
I just assume you always are.
No, the megalodon tooth is factual. First of all, megalodon tooth is a real thing.
I'm aware of that. It's just that you saying that it's there again, you're also the same one that said that you had a pet condor named CH that was really a chicken hawk.
Yes, and I showed you because I told you I communicate with it telepathically. And
which I never believed. You're just
yes, now she did believe that I had a pet condor.
Until I'm like, wait, CH chicken hawk.
And I showed her pictures of it. And she also used to believe that I had my own cryptid museum with Sasquatch scat in it.
No, I didn't. That one, no. But goldfish dip, yes. I'm like, oh, what kind of recipe is that?
Yeah, that was funny. That was in our early days when you didn't know how much of a BSer that I was.
You are.
I am. Continues to this day.
Your
Now,
BS also extends to the god-awful movies you suggest as well.
I have a very particular taste.
It's awful. It's awful. The recent ones have been so bad.
Hey, freaking, welcome to the chat. Glad that you are here with us on this beautiful Tuesday night. Thank you for joining in. We are finally back after taking last week off. Now,
why did we take last week off?
I was really sick last week.
Were you, or is this another lie?
No, I was really sick last week, and I had this really bad upper respiratory infection after we left the Thomas house. And I realized what was going on and why I got sick.
It is not true. I'm just going to preemptively say it. It's not true.
And it was because Bethany tried to poison me.
I did not try to poison you.
I have proof.
What is your proof?
I have proof. Okay. So now note, everybody, that I had like an upper respiratory infection in my throat and chest. And I have pictures of her. And what I believe that she either, when she was doing this, she either kind of slipped some poison into me or she had some kind of voodoo curse going on. But here, you see that? That is evidence number one.
Yes, I was using all of my voodoo prowess to attack your
evidence. Number two, that she tried to do something to me, and then after we left, I got sick.
Well, if anybody's heard the show, I mean, seriously, does anybody surprised or doesn't think that you would have it coming?
No.
Hands in the chat? Anybody?
Now, and I saw this meme and thought of you too, Bethany.
Yep.
He's probably still in the yard where I buried him.
Yep.
But I came back from the trip alive. I got sick, but I was alive. Now, I do want to show this, okay? So we did take some good pictures from the weekend, and this was our favorite one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
There we are. Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm. In front of the tree.
Yeah.
Like a dance.
And then that. And then this. This pretty much sums up our relationship in two pictures.
Perfectly, yes. Yep.
Right there. That is us.
Yes, for as lovely as romantic, not everybody can be woken up, not even gently or lovingly, by their significant other saying, "You have to wake up, you're snoring in my ear." I mean, you can't even like shake me gently. You can't even just nudge me or just, give me a gentle kiss. No. We have to blast it like a shotgun through the room.
Yep. Now, We did have the mirror covered. Yes, yo, baby. And Dustin said that you had to hang your ass out the window and fart all night.
Not me, him. That's all he did all night. No, I didn't. No, that was Zeke, not me.
Yeah, see,
It wasn't me.
yo, baby knows
All
who it
he
was.
did was fart. Poor Emma.
Yeah, me, Bethany, and Emma were all in a room together.
Uh-huh.
I kept hearing, "Dad, really?"
So funny. Poor Emma. Oh, the things she puts up with you.
Really? Yes. The things she does put up with me. Well, tonight we are going to continue our topic on the Necronomicon. We'll wait a few more minutes, get some more folks trickling in here, but we are actually going to start our journey into the 13 gates. But before we do that, just a couple more announcements, because after next week, after our show Thursday, we're not going to be able to make this joke anymore. So Thursday, we start back up, regularly scheduled program. We're going back to Immortal Shadows. We're in the book of Revelation, and we're going to be finishing up the 7 seals. And for those of you who don't know, these are the seals of Revelation.
Oh, because of that stupid dad joke. Why? Like, all this started is because he made this horrible, not even a dad joke, a grandpa joke of the 7 seals and not the ones that go bark, bark.
Yeah.
So he and Dustin have put together 7 seals. Where's the picture that Dustin had? It's funnier.
Yep, I'm pulling it now. Right now.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that is so...
So Thursday night is going to be our last night that we can make this joke, because we're going to be wrapping up the 7 seals.
You're going to have that as your background.
No, because then nobody's going to take it seriously.
You started it with that stupid joke.
I know I did. Revelation is a heavy book, really, really heavy topic. So just do that to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. And it may have kind of backfired on me.
Because you told me last time that after you did the show, you couldn't say the word seal without
I'm trying to read it and be serious and talk about it, and all I can have flash into my head is
yeah, you and everybody else in chat.
Yeah, now I did.
PW can't stop laughing either.
I did want to remind everybody, December Southern Discomfort issue, a kaiju for Christmas, only 50 cents on Godless. This one has been getting a lot of love from folks, been having a lot of good reviews for this one. People have just really been eating this one up. Actually post a review here in the chat. That was one of the reviews that was written for it. And Dustin is up. Let me get here. And
Dustin.
Yeah, Tanya. Yeah, Tanya sent me a picture. There we are.
I remember that she just burst in taking pictures.
Yeah. That was not long after I'd farted out the window.
Yeah, it was.
For the umpteenth time.
I love how my mouth is open, hand over my face. Yeah.
Yep. And then Emma was like on the other side of us.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little private area for her, but she could still hear it.
Yeah. Hey, crossover. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. Glad that you are here with us on Southern Discomfort.
The only other highlight was that TikTok that Emma was listening to with that song.
Edgar. And the bird with the bowl cut.
Yeah, it was just a TikTok of somebody who gave their bird a bowl cut.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So let us go ahead. If everybody's ready, we're about 15 minutes in. Yes, we are sweet. Thank you, yobaby. Yeah, Tanya had sent us that picture over Facebook.
Aww.
Yeah, Dustin said sorry he can't be on with everybody tonight. That's all right, buddy. We love you.
So do you want to tell anybody, I mean, what was your impression of the Thomas House before we dive into it, or are we just going to dive right into it?
We're going to dive right into it. I think we all need to, at some point, we're going to all get together and talk about it. All
right, so getting back on track, what are we talking about again? What's on the topic? And
all right, so
what is your point?
We are going to get into the actual 13 gates of the Necronomicon. The week before last, we did an introduction to the 13 gates. And I recommended this book by Donald Tyson, one of the best books that I have read on the Necronomicon. It's very, very detailed in everything that the 13 gates contain. It also gives you the keys and the rituals on how to open the gates, which I will not be giving out on live stream. People can go get the book and do that at their own risk. This is kind of just working as a little bit of an introduction to each gate and the beings that are opened and can be encountered in these gates. All of this is taken from Lovecraftian material, and as we have talked about in the past several shows on this, H.P. Lovecraft was the one who invented the fictional book of the Necronomicon, and through latter years it kind of took on a life and religion all on its own. And so that's what we are here looking at tonight. And I don't know how many gates we're going to get to. We're just going to kind of go for a little bit and then stop, and then we'll pick up where we leave off next week. So that's kind of what is on the agenda for the next several weeks, which will lead us into Christmas and then through New Year's and everything. Because like I said, I am not sure how long it's going to take us to actually go through every one of these gates. So if everybody is ready, we will go ahead and look at the first gate. Now, to remind everybody, I still haven't been able to find a good picture of this. But to remind you of this picture from Donald Tyson's book, this is, let me get this up here so everybody can see. This is how the gates are laid out. And we're going east, then south, then west, then north. And on the east side, these first four gates have to do with a lot of the ancient and alien type races that are found in the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. Hey, BZ Collecting, welcome to the chat. Glad that you are here with us. We're just getting into our topic of discussion for tonight. So the first gate, it is actually the astral gate Sagittarius. and which is the horse archer. And if you remember in the past shows, we talked about how all of these gates are astral gates. So that is the first one. And with this astral gate, the first one that is open, this is the gate that leads to all of the great races in Lovecraft's writing. Hey, NH Mountain Girl, thank you for stopping by. Glad that you are in the chat with us. So this Necronomicon mythos that Lovecraft worked up with all of these alien races is, you know, the universe in Lovecraftian lore is teeming with all of this intelligent life out there that's far removed from our reality. They're these living extraterrestrial higher type beings, and there's tons of them. Okay, we're not going to have time to go through every single alien race that is mentioned in the writings of Lovecraft. If you want that, get Donald Tyson's book. I'm just going to go through some of the more renowned and popular ones that people may be familiar with or may not be familiar with. But these alien races have a long history in Lovecraft, in the Necronomicon. And they built cities, they fought wars with each other. There's this huge backstory with them all. A lot of them lived in these caves. They had colonies. They were covered by the waters of the Pacific Ocean now. So it really gets into this deep type of lores of these things living for eons now, underground, underseas, elsewhere in nature, in throughout the cosmos. So when we as modern paranormal researchers, right, or people who are into spirituality and religion, we would have classified such things as spirits, ghosts, monsters, angels, demons, gods. But in Lovecraftian lore, these are alien races. Now, he does, in some of the gates, get into demons and other gods, and we're going to talk about those. But this first one with the great races, this is one that everybody is very, very familiar with. These were the ones that Lovecraft said were worshipped as certain other gods in other religions. So let's get into some of these type of species. One of the first ones that, if you go through this astral gate, one of the popular ones that is opened up. Hey, Dennis, glad to see you here with us, man. Thank you for stopping by. Is the ancient ones. All right, this is a race of beings that are called the most ancient ones, and they are found in Lovecraft's story through the gates of the Silver Key. And you've got the ancient ones, and then even more pronounced in Lovecraftian lore is ones that are called the elder race. And this is one of the really, really popular ones. They are designated by Lovecraft. They're formed of normal matter. They're incredibly durable. They're tough. They're sometimes referred to by Lovecraft as the old ones. So the elder race and the old ones is kind of an interchangeable title. And they have all of these type of tentacles. They're these tentacle beings with all of these slender stalks and fingers, like something out of a fever dream and a nightmare. And the tentacles serve the creatures as their arms, and then they've got these feet and these barrel type torsos that they have. So these type of creatures were the old ones, are the elder race. They've got flat shaped heads, almost kind of shaped like, some of them are kind of shaped like a starfish. It's just when you go through and read some of his writings and his descriptions of some of these things, it's just really, really mind boggling and brilliant. They could live in water. They use their tentacles for movement. This old one, this elder race, their history is that, according to Lovecraft in his Necronomicon lore, they came to the planet way eons ago, before anyone. Now, there are some people who will say that the elder race and the old ones are actually two different species and not just similar titles. Based on what I've read, and then based on what Tyson says in his book, and he's like, a Lovecraft scholar, he thinks that these are two separate races, that you do have the elder race and the old ones. And what he explains in the way that he breaks it down is, he says the elder race, I'm going to read you a quote from him. He says, the elder race, because they came to this planet before the coming of the old ones, when the old ones crossed space to reach our world, they found the elder race already well established, with mighty cities all over the face of the globe. The elder race colonized this world before it contained any life, when it was only naked lava flows and sterile seas. So he gives a great description of the elder race and the old ones, and kind of their backstory a little bit there. We could go on and talk about them for a good while, because there's a lot in Lovecraft's writing, but we're going to skip ahead to some of the other alien races. You have the great race of Yith, and this race of Yith is found in Lovecraft's work, The Shadow Out of Time. And they are a race of kind of these time spanning beings that are what is called, you'll see them also referred to as the Great Race. These beings needed no sleep. They were kind of almost like vegetables, like they didn't really do much. Their blood was thick and green, and they reproduced, what I thought was cool, they reproduced by these means of spores all over their body, and they grow in clusters. So that's an interesting fact about them. And when the great race here of Yith, they were, I'm trying to think what it was. They, I think it's something like they existed for like 400 million years or something like that before human beings supposedly came along. So you have another type of ancient race here. They also, another cool fact about this great race is they traveled the ancient world in these airships. Okay, that's another fascinating thing. and they kind of had like these boat-like vessels, airships that were powered by this atomic energy. So as we go on and explain this, you can really see this alien. It definitely had what we would consider in our day and time in modern language, definitely an alien type of feel to them. Another big race in the alien race with Lovecraft is the Me-Go race. And they are described as, these are small. Okay, these other races were giant and huge, but these were around 5 feet tall, pinkish in color, and their bodies resembled crustaceans like lobsters. And they have these huge membrane type wings that they use to fly and go around with, and several type of limbs coming off of their body. So you've got elder race, the old ones, the great race. You've got Me-Go, and that is, I mean, we could go on. You've got all these other gods. You've got reptile people. You've got the spawn of Cthulhu. You've got this worm-like race. You've got these beings of Yoth. So pretty much what you have in this first gate is any type of alien race that Lovecraft came up with in his writing is accessed in the first astral gate. Hey, Henry, welcome to the chat. Glad that you are with us. Thank you. Good to see y'all all talking in there. NH Mountain Girl, PW, Yo Baby. So yeah, this is the alien race. Bethany, anything before we go on to the second gate?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Now the second gate. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to that one. This one is really, really different. Now, before we jump into what it actually is, I want to give you the astral name for it. Let me look in here real quick and see if I can find it. I know I wrote it down somewhere in here. Okay, yes, the second astral gate is Capricornus. Okay, first one was Sagittarius. Second one is Capricornus, the great sea goat. So again, remember, all of these are astral gates, and they correspond with that. Now, this second gate, it's not so much alien beings as it is certain type of unique personalities that you find in Lovecraft's writing. So your first astral gate, you're contacting all of these different alien races. In the second one, they are these unique personalities that find themselves in Lovecraft's writing. Now, Lovecraft, one of the cool things about him, like a lot of authors, he to insert some of himself into his characters, right? I do the same thing, right? If you read my Johnny Walker Ranger books, you're going to see a lot of me in Johnny Walker Ranger. Is that correct, Bethany?
Now say that again.
All right. I'm saying Lovecraft likes to insert himself into some of his characters. And I said, lots of writers do that. I said, I like to. I said, if you read Johnny Walker Ranger, my Johnny Walker Ranger books, you'll see a lot of my personality in Johnny. And
I would say you would see about 99% of your personality in Johnny.
Yeah, but he's like taken to another level.
Not, maybe.
Johnny would be me if there were no consequences in life.
Mm,
Maybe.
no, I think if you had no consequences, I think you'd be worse than Johnny. But
Maybe so. That is maybe debatable.
is it though?
So yeah, this second astral gate, you've got Lovecraft, these really unique characters. Some of the popular ones that people may have heard of, big figure is Randolph Carter. That was a unique personality of Lovecraft that he liked to write about. You also had the Mad Arab, Alhazred Abdul, the guy who supposedly wrote the Necronomicon. He is supposedly somebody that you can contact when you go through this second astral gate. Another one, here's one that you like, Bethany. Herbert West, Reanimator. Do you know that you could contact Herbert West if you go through this astral gate, Bethany?
I don't believe that.
Well, that's what that's what it teaches. That's what it says. So if you want to talk to Herbert, what?
I don't believe that, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you what the second astral gate teaches. That you can contact these personalities that Lovecraft made up.
But that's the thing, and you just gave it away. He made it up.
He did. He made up these characters, but as I said, right, there is okay. So you going back to some of our previous lessons on the Necronomicon, right? You have one branch of people that say, none of it's real. It's all made up. Then you have another branch of people all the way on the other side that are like, yes, all of it is true. Everything is real that Lovecraft wrote about. And then you have people that are kind of in the middle that are like, yes, it's made up, but people have put so much power into this. Now they have given it power by the energy and things that they have put into it. So there's lots of various beliefs on this whole Lovecraft mythology and lore, whether it's hogwash, whether it really is dangerous, whether you should mess with it, all of this stuff. So not here debating that. That's for, your own personal beliefs, but I respect anything not to just hand out the keys and how to open these. That's something people will have to go research on their own. But I'm just telling you, Bethany, if you want to talk to Herbert West, I can give you the key and how to access the second astral gate. And you could go talk to Herbert West, and maybe he would give you the secrets to Reanimator and how to reanimate dead human tissue.
Why would I? Okay, and I do want to kind of piggyback on what you were saying. I too am not here. Like, to me, I personally feel whatever somebody believes, whatever path they want to choose, that's totally up to them. To me, opinions are just that. We all have one.
Yep.
My thing about, okay, why reanimate? Like, why?
Why not?
But why?
Oh, because you can bring your loved ones back, right? It's kind
Would
of
you
like
really want them back? I mean,
a
like,
sense of immortality.
you really want it, but okay, that's the other question. I've always wondered this. This planet is eventually, maybe billions of years into the future, is condemned to become a vast nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're immortal, why would you want to be in a vacuum of nothingness?
Well, it depends on your belief system, right? I mean, my belief is that, it is all going to end. This creation was never meant to last. It's going to be remade to heaven and a new earth. So, right, this one wasn't life. So eternal life is not meant to be lived out on this plane of existence. And
I believe in the scientific path that, that scientifically speaking, no, this planet, it will eventually meet its demise, and all life upon it will be a source of nothingness.
Yeah, but you see, not only in religion, you see man's thoughts and fascination with life beyond an eternal life, but you see it in other folklore, right? You see it in the vampire lore. You see it in Lovecraft as well. And that's the.
It almost to me comes off more as a fear of death, a fear of the unknown, a fear that it is a great nothingness when you die, that it's just black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
and there's that sense of wanting to hold on to those people that you love. I mean, anybody who has experienced the loss of a loved one knows the pain that separation brings. And I think of the idea of mater and being able to recreate dead flesh, I mean, which obviously it does not work like it is intended to. And if you've ever seen the movie Reanimator, you know how it turns out, which highly recommend the movie Reanimator.
Absolutely. But it is one of those where the effects were so good you could almost smell the bodies.
Yes. Yep.
I think that would be my one argument as to probably why I wouldn't, the smell. And then what do you do about people that you've had cremated?
Oh, imagine being able to reanimate ashes.
Nobody ever brings that up because my relatives were all, my loved ones, my closest ones were all cremated as per family custom.
Now, here is, oh, thank you, yobaby. She said my books were amazing. Here's an interesting tidbit. Did you know another person that you can contact through the astral gate that was in the writings of Lovecraft is Harry Houdini? Did you know that, Boo Bear?
Why?
I'm just saying that's the teaching. That's what it said. Harry Houdini in the writings was an influencer of Lovecraft, was influenced by him. He was influenced by Lovecraft. So Harry Houdini is supposedly another personality that you can contact.
But he was a huge skeptic in life and actually tried to spend a good portion of his later years debunking.
Yeah. Well, Lovecraft himself was not a religious person at all.
Yeah, now that I knew.
He did not believe in any sort of religion or God or anything like that.
Atheist or agnostic?
I mean, he definitely did not believe in any sort of what we would consider Judeo-Christian God or devil or anything like that. I think you see his fascination with some of the cultic and occult type stuff, but still nothing that I think would really qualify him as any type of theist. But yet he's created all of these. I think it's funny that he didn't have much of a religious bent, but all of his writings have been taken and used in spiritualism and occultism and things of that nature.
Yo baby did want to know the answer to my question about what about loved ones who've been cremated.
What are we talking about? Like reanimating?
Right. How would you reanimate those who've been cremated?
Well, I know in the Christian teaching, which I can only speak of because that's my my expertise, and I wouldn't want to speak for anybody else. But I know in that teaching, these old bodies were never meant to last for eternity. That's why there is a resurrection of the dead with new bodies. So even if a person has been cremated, that doesn't matter, because at the resurrection they will receive a new body for eternity. It is just only in the in-between state, in that bodiless existence, that the souls and spirits exist in a non-corporeal state. So that would be my personal answer to that. Oh, you're welcome, yo baby. Making sure I'm not missing anybody else's questions in here. NH Mountain Girl, she said the first one for, did I miss? Did you ask a question that I missed? Or are you talking to somebody in the chat? Okay, I think they're talking about they're talking about chat. Okay, so first astral gate. Hey Mayhem, glad that you are with us. Thank you so much. Oh, can't find the book on Godless. Here, let me grab the Godless link for my stuff real quick. And I'll pop it in there. Because on Godless, you can get pretty much everything except my Dreadful Death and Werewolf series, but it has all the Southern Discomfort and all of my Johnny books on there. I'll put it in the chat there. That should work. All right. So first astral gate we looked at was alien races. Second astral gate you can go through, you will contact the different types of personalities in Lovecraft's writing. Now, the third astral gate is Aquarius, the water bearer. And if you go through the third astral gate, and this is probably the one that we will end on today, we'll stop at number 3. This one is where you can go through and contact different gods and devils that are not the same as the alien races. So Lovecraft, in his writings, he really created kind of a hierarchy of gods that have their origin not in the supernatural, but in the extraterrestrial and extra dimensional. So while they are not technically alien races, right, they are these type of higher dimensional extraterrestrial type of beings. The various classes of the old ones and which would be considered their great lords, their gods, is kind of what we're looking at along the lines here. And Lovecraft kind of argues that, when humanity became aware of not only the elder races, but of the great gods and demons of these elder races, that they began to worship them in the style of gods and demons that we know today. So for Lovecraft, nothing has its origin in the supernatural. It is all extra dimensional, extra terrestrial in Lovecraftian thinking. So when we already kind of mentioned this, right? Lovecraft really definitely did not believe in a theistic, a Judeo-Christian God. You don't even see anything about Yahweh or Jesus or Christianity in any of his writings. I think there may be, if I can recall, there's one scene in one of his stories where somebody's using a cross for something, and that's it's just kind of really, really brief, and that's about it. Savage Batman, glad that you are with us. Thank you for hopping in the chat. Making sure I haven't missed anybody. Make sure I'm telling everybody hello. Yeah, thank you for being here with us. But you do, in Lovecraft's writing, you do see the pagan gods. He mentions them, but they're kind of more relegated to these dreamlands, and they have limited authority. But you can see a little bit of that influence in his writings and stuff like that. Also, you can see a little bit of the influence of the Hellenistic gods in Lovecraftian lore. So definitely the pagan gods, definitely the Greek gods, but not so much anything with Judeo-Christianity leanings in his writing whatsoever. He was very clear in his own personal life that he did not hold to any type of Judeo-Christian teaching or religion or spirituality or anything like that. But some of the major gods in these great races that ruled these great races, some of them that you will see, Azathoth is one of them. And there's not a lot written about this god of chaos, but he is definitely in a lot of these stories as this kind of this spiraling black type of vortex type being. He kind of resembles a black hole, so to speak, is really, I think, the best way to describe what this being is like. Another interesting character is the most popular, most famous Lovecraftian god of all time. Who is it, Bethany? Don't get this wrong.
Go for it.
No, who is the most popular Lovecraftian creature, god, whatever you want to call him, of all time?
Come on, I already know it. Just say it.
It starts with a katha and ends with a
I
ulu.
know that. It looks like a flying spaghetti monster, and Cthulhu always to me does. Looks just like a flying spaghetti monster.
I was trying to give you a chance to sound smart and participate.
Again, to me, Cthulhu always looks like a flying spaghetti monster, but
you kind of ruined it. See, I set you up for success, and you still blonded out.
But again, it's hard for me to take it seriously when it looks like a flying spaghetti monster, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, Cthulhu, and it's debated by some Lovecraftian scholars whether he is god status or whatnot, but he was definitely worshipped as a god by the human beings in Lovecraft's stories. He's this creature of immense power who comes beyond the stars, and he crossed through space to reach our planet. And you see this God, this creature, this extraterrestrial being, whatever you want to label him as, in one of my favorite stories of Lovecraft, At the Mountains of Madness. Lovecraft writes about these land-dwelling race of beings that are kind of shaped like these octopus, and they filtered down to our planet long before the evolution of humanity. And these little beings became known as the spawn of Cthulhu, right? They're ones that can be contacted through the first gate. And they were immediately fought the war with the old ones, with the elders, the crinoid race, or whatever you want to call them. And they had their whole little center and dwelling all the way down in under the snow in Antarctica. So you've got this whole fascinating backstory here with Cthulhu. And so you'll find Cthulhu connected with one of the other alien races and stuff that we've mentioned, the Migos. You'll find them kind of mentioned together in some of his writing, stuff like that. But only Cthulhu is the main one. Now, when you get to some of his other stories, like the Call of Cthulhu, right? He's like this sleeping alien, described as like this great priest, and he needs to be woken up, and it's not really clear about all the powers that Cthulhu possesses. We just know that he is worshipped like a god by this cult. And so if you really want to get a feel of Cthulhu, read At the Mountains of Madness and The Call of Cthulhu out of Lovecraft. And that will definitely give you greater insight into Cthulhu, much more than we have time to go into on the show. But you're going to read this upheaval in the Pacific Ocean that thrust up the sunken island of R'lyeh, or I think I'm saying that right, R''Lyeh. That is the citadel of Cthulhu that is down there under the Pacific Ocean, that gets moved and thrust up in the Call of Cthulhu. So that is who you can encounter in the third one. Now, there's one more popular god in the writings of Lovecraft. Bethany, do you want to take a guess? Do you know? Not only is there Cthulhu, but there's another one, and it starts with a D. And we've watched the movie before. Do you know? Are you ignoring me? Good night, Mayhem. Thank you for stopping by. And Bethany is ignoring me. Anyway, the other god that is mentioned. See, I tried to give her another chance to sound smart, and she's just ignoring me. Is Dagon. He is one of this type of fish type of god. And Lovecraft, when you read it, he's really kind of vague in his description of what Dagon looks like. But it's kind of this man being with webbed feet and hands and scaly skin and this really hideous head with these flabby lips and glossy bulging eyes. I almost kind of picture Dagon, like the creature from the Black Lagoon, is kind of how I picture it in my mind. So Dagon is another popular one in the writings of Lovecraft. So that's who you can encounter in those, in the third gate. Now there's tons of other ones that are mentioned. There's so many, and I'm looking here through the list of stuff, and it is just pages and pages of names. Now, Lilith is actually mentioned in the writings of Lovecraft as well, and she is another entity that can be contacted through this third astral gate. And I wanted to throw that out there because we like to talk about Lilith a lot on this show. I mention Lilith a lot in my writings, and I know that we have other people, PW and others in the chat, that know a good deal of information about Lilith as well. So I wanted to throw that out there, that she is mentioned alluded to in the writings of Lovecraft, and that she can supposedly be contacted through this third astral gate. So that is what we have thus far with the astral gates of Lovecraft. All right, we're on the east side. The first gate is the main alien races, which there's a cajillion of them. The second gate is different types of human personalities in the writings of Lovecraft. And then the third one, and the third gate, is the gate into your way to contact the different gods and demons, which there's also hundreds of them mentioned in there as well. So that's what we're looking at with these first three gates of the Necronomicon. When they are unlocked, you can contact these certain creatures, extraterrestrial beings, personalities. So they say. That is what is alluded to. That is what those who hold to this typical lore as a religion and believe power in its reality say that these certain gates that align with those astrological signs, you face the sign, you face the gate, and then you use the key, which I will not be giving out. But once you do, then you're supposedly be able to have access and contact these different sorts of beings. So that is 3 of the 13 gates now down. So if we get through like 3 a show, we should be done in about 3-4 more shows, hopefully. But that's gates 1 through 3 that we have tackled tonight. So if anybody has any type of questions, which, I mean, I don't know what there would be, other than, if you want to go into more detail, I would recommend that book by Donald Tyson. Bethany, do you have anything? Or are you still ignoring me?
I wasn't ignoring you, and no, I don't have anything.
Why don't you have anything? Who would you contact? I would want to talk to Herbert West, and I'd want to talk to Cthulhu.
I don't even want to talk to anybody in my own world, let alone somewhere else. Nobody. And there's
Nobody?
nothing. No, nobody.
I also think I'd want to talk to the mad Arab guy who supposedly wrote the Necronomicon. I'd like tea and coffee with him.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not one of those. I've never had any interest.
Now, I wonder if you were able to contact Cthulhu, how I guess you would maybe communicate with him telepathically. Like, I would want to talk to Cthulhu. I think that would be like almost as cool as meeting Godzilla or something like that. So you can't sit here and tell me you would not want to meet Cthulhu.
Why? Okay, well, based on that, and all right, so if you're looking at it that way, wouldn't we basically be the inferior animal? Wouldn't Cthulhu be looking at us like communicating with us would be like us trying to communicate with a cat or a dog?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely the superior race, but that doesn't mean he couldn't. I mean, obviously there was a whole cult in Lovecraftian lore around him. So I will want to talk to Cthulhu. Cthulhu, Herbert West, and the Mad Arab. Those would be my three from these gates that I would want to talk to. And Bethany doesn't want to talk to anybody.
No, I don't. But it was like somebody had asked me once who I would even talk to during a seance, and I said no one. Like, I'm just.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I talk to Herbert West, and when I get the keys to his knowledge that he learned at Miskatonic University about reanimating human flesh, I'm not sharing the secrets with you.
Okay.
So you're just going to miss out.
I don't know. I mean, you've met you know me. You've known me for years. What?
PW said she liked to talk to Hades, but go ahead. I've known you for years.
In that kind of situation, I would probably ignore whatever celestial being would be before me and think that I'm having a brain aneurysm and I'm going to die in like 2 seconds. So,
yeah,
I would doubt its existence and just ignore it.
Yeah, until it ate you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not. Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Oh, look, it has wrapped me in some big tentacle thingies. Oh, look, it has a big mouth. I am being eaten. Hi. Bye, Zeke. Oh, ouch, that hurts.
Well, that would probably be the first thing it would do if it saw one of us, is to eat us. I mean, I think I'd read an article somewhere that scientists theorize that's like with aliens, is that if there is life out there, it's probably afraid that we would eat it.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm saying down here in the South, like, we would definitely try to see what it tastes like.
Right. I mean, I'd probably end up eating. I just,
Well, I'm surprised you would probably try to like cut something off of Cthulhu and cook it, and it just end up burnt.
Oh, shush. And I'm with PW. She said they probably think we are weak humans and dumb. Yeah. Like,
Hey, Kenneth. Welcome to the chat.
yobaby said Jesus, just saying.
Yeah. That's who I talk to all the time. Now, I'm just saying, if I were a practitioner of this, Herbert West, the Mad Arab, no doubt.
I don't even know what I would say. I mean,
I'd give you some words to say to him. It'd go over real well.
No. Just talk on your own.
No, I'd be like, hey, Bethany, say this. And she would die right off the bat.
Right, like just immediately.
It does. Cthulhu might taste like calamari. Probably so, Dustin. Well, next week we will get into gates 4 and maybe try to make it through 4, 5, and 6. And then we will be almost halfway there with looking at the different gates of the Necronomicon. If you want more information than what we are giving on the show, simply because of time constraints and that I am not giving out the keys to unlocking the gates, you can find that all in Donald Tyson's amazing book, The 13 Gates of the Necronomicon. We will be back Thursday night into the book of Revelation again. And what are we going to be talking about, Bethany?
You know, I can already just hear the barking, okay? Just
We'll be finishing up the discussion on the 7 seals.
Dustin's picture is better, just saying, it's more epic.
I know it is. Let me get it back up there. I was trying to find it. There we go. Thursday will be the last night for the joke, because we will be wrapping up the seals of Revelation.
You've got to have that. I'm sorry, you've got to have that as the backdrop.
Yeah, but see, then if I do something like that at the backdrop, like, nobody's going to be able to listen to me seriously, because picture me as the seal speaking.
No, you usually do come off like you're barking.
No, I don't.
Uh-huh.
I do not.
Uh-huh.
I do not, Blondie.
Mm-hmm.
But that will be Thursday night. We will be picking back up on Immortal Shadows. And Dustin
just sent me an audio of him barking.
Dustin, are you going live Friday? Thank you, yo baby. We love you too. Dustin said he's going to have another epic pick. Have one for Thursday, another seal one. This would be our last night for Thursday to be able to make that joke. I'm waiting on Dustin to answer. Are you going live Friday, buddy? Where did Dustin go? We'll wait for him to answer. But yeah, Thursday night, Emma will be with me. She'll be singing songs for you. I have some stuff.
I don't know if I'll be able to attend. Hopefully. But we'll see.
Okay. All right. Dustin's saying he might be live Friday. He has to drive someplace. So possibly a stream on Friday, maybe not. Kind of play it by ear. But we will definitely be back Thursday night. Just to remind everybody again, she tried to kill me.
did
Just,
not.
again, put a curse on me, made me sick. Look, there she is doing her little Shanga voodoo, whatever. Look at her face. You can tell.
It's from all the crap you put me through.
Anger.
It's not anger.
And then there's that. See, she does love me. And I do love her.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Actually, you make me laugh.
I'm glad.
And you don't look at me strange whenever, right before I fall asleep at night, I start to tell you about the effects of radium.
Mm-hmm. Ram.
What?
Ramble on.
Do not ramble.
To remind everybody to pick up a kaiju for Christmas. It's been one of the most popular Southern Discomfort stories. Just behind the door. I don't know if I have a picture of the door up here anymore. I think I may have taken it down. Oh no, but I have this, a little slideshow, Dustin. Some of the Southern Discomfort issues you can find on Godless. There's Door. That's been popular ones. The Executioner is my personal favorite. And so is Swallow. Those are two of my personal favorites of the ones that I have written. Bethany likes One Flesh.
Yep, that's my favorite.
And whoops. Dustin, get off. Doesn't like Sam's Diner, which I don't know. I think I may have taken the cover of that one off. Because I was putting more stuff up here. I don't think it's up there anymore. Nope. There's Beware of Monster. That one is a New Orleans style one. That was last month's. That's all I've got up there right now. I'm going back through the chat. All right, y'all. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us for a little while tonight. Hope that you found the topic interesting, learning a few things about Necronomicon and these gates. And hopefully that you will come back Thursday and join us as we are taking a tour through the fascinating and challenging book of Revelation. And hopefully you'll be here and you can hear Emma sing. Hello, Spitfire. Thank you for popping into the chat. We are just now getting ready to wrap things up, but we hope that you go back and do a rewatch. We talked about the first 3 gates of the Necronomicon tonight and what those gates contain and open up to. And next week we'll be back, Southern Discomfort again, talking hopefully about gates 4 through 6. And then Thursday we will be back this week talking about the book of Revelation and wrapping up the 7 seals. I'm trying not to make the joke, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, you always, again, thanks to you and your grandpa joke.
One more time before we go.
Go for it, Ned Philanders.
Because I am going to miss this once Thursday is over and we're not going to get to do it anymore. They're looking at you. They're saying, Why are you ignoring the word of God and not
No,
listening
they're
to
barking.
the seals of Revelation? And then that's me yelling at everybody, saying, pay attention, stop falling asleep while I'm talking about the seals of Revelation.
I love how they've grown wings.
Yeah, they're angelic. They're heavenly seals. That one in, you see, they got fins on them like sharks.
Mm,
You see
that's
that?
their wings.
No, look at the one at the very bottom.
I know that, and I'm
Looks like
telling
a
you, if you
fin.
look closer, zoom in, those are wings.
The ones on the top ones I see wings, that's a fin. This
No,
is shark.
zoom in. I'm zooming in. Those are wings.
This is
People in
going.
chat, what are your opinions? I see wings because I'm zooming in on it.
We now have a new creature, seal shark versus Megasaurus.
Yobaby just
Seal
said, what does the
shark.
seals in Revelation have to do with us? I guess I missed that part.
Seal shark versus Megalodon, Dustin.
Thank you, Spitfire. Wings like Pegasus. Thank you.
Shark. I'm going to say shark just because I like the idea of a seal shark.
Again, wings like Pegasus. And Yobaby did ask what this has to do with them in chat.
What this has to do with what?
The seals. All of those seals. If you're the one preaching, so what? Are they the ones taking flight?
I guess they're so inspired by my message.
Aw, you're a cute little seal. Oh, how adorable.
It's a seal shark.
No, it's not.
And
You're just as precious as
Dustin
can
has
be.
a megalodon tooth. So we have seal shark versus megalodon. Hey, Dustin said, ask about your new message.
Okay, and seriously, Dustin, like that voice, oh God, I can hear it in my inner ear, just like it's like aluminum foil on teeth. Just ugh. It's creepy.
Do you want to play it for us?
I don't know how to get it up to
Oh,
play
you're on
it.
your phone streaming it
Yeah.
right now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it another time if you can. Oh, I'm sure Dustin's got it. He sent it to you. You can probably slap it up here at some point in the weeks to come, and we can hear it. Hey, she stole my thunder. Thank you for popping in here. But yeah, enjoy the seal jokes because come Thursday, that's gonna be it. We'll seal up the seals.
No more barking horn seal jokes for you.
No, that will be it. Now, but
there will be something else, I'm sure.
There's always something else, and we always have our go-to.
Oh God. I thought we could get through one show without some kind of mobile monstrosity you're just itching to live in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, I've got all kinds of things here on the side that pick and pop up, and we cannot forget your baked bean donuts.
I did not do that. I would not do that. That's something you would do and then blame it on me because it's disgusting. God.
And there is
the if anything ever personified us together, it's this.
Now, imagine writing in this while eating this.
Oh God, I would not make that. That's disgusting.
Or on a hot summer day, you can always opt for a clam chowder
so
pasta.
Gross. Oh.
Now,
okay, get it off.
It's a hot summer day, and you've got your clam chowder popsicle, and you're sitting on the roof
Of the tetanus mobile.
on the platform, getting some sun, getting some rays.
That looks like a
Relaxing.
82 Fiero on the bottom.
And then it comes and serves you.
Oh, okay.
Fish
All
ice
right.
cream cones.
Keep in mind, I am getting over an intestinal infection.
I still plan on eating this on the show, Dustin. I haven't forgotten about it.
Yeah, and for all of you in chat, just to give you a clue as to how romantic old Zeke can be, while I was sick over the weekend with an intestinal infection, he was sending me photos of vomit.
Yes. And what did I accomplish with that?
You got me to throw up?
Yes.
Well, I mean, what an achievement. I mean, you're disgusting.
Yeah, I told Dustin and Tanya and Vickie all about it.
Gosh. Dustin bought sardines for the sardanas.
Yes, so he's got that ready.
Yeah, thank you, PW. Zeke, why? Spitfire said I would get my stomach pump if I ate any of that. I agree.
Yeah, well, Bethany tries to feed that to me on the regular.
No, I don't. You go around and find things, and then he convinces people that I actually cannot cook. And actually, I'm a pretty good cook.
Yes, Tanya, she stopped answering me. She went and
yeah, I did. I hung up on him. I wouldn't answer my phone.
And I'm like, you mad? What's wrong?
I was furious. Like, don't do that when someone's sick.
Yeah, see, Tanya said I don't have to convince you to convince them, Beth, because they already know I'm telling the truth. There's no convincing needed.
I know. You're just mean. Ball of meanness.
So yes, Dustin, I will be eating the tuna fish ice cream cone.
You know what? I just had a thought. I hate to interrupt you. I just had a thought as to what to get you and Dustin for Christmas.
Oh, what? We love Christmas presents.
Surströmming.
Is that the fish?
Yes.
Egg?
Yep. They actually want to ban it in the EU because of the smell.
Oh, yes. That's the fish thing that smells so bad.
Yeah, it's like...
We talked about that.
Yes, it's illegal to open it on an airplane. They do want to ban it in most countries. You have to open it outside because of the smell.
Oh, we're getting one. And I am going to wait for the appropriate time to open it with you, Bethany.
No, you're not. You're gonna do it with Dustin. You two are gonna do it. I'm not doing it.
Here's what I'm gonna do is when I finally get you that special engagement ring made, I'm gonna hide it in some of that, and you're gonna have to dig it out.
No. Okay, stop.
And sticking it on your finger, it's smelling all. Yep. Which, speaking of, can I show them what you got me?
Yes. And by the way, Dustin, that was... Ugh. Dustin, it's amazing how you can sound like a creepy little girl or a demonic entity in like a drop of a hat. But yes, you can show them what I got, all I got you.
Beth, an game. It is a werewolf for me.
It's a Viking ring, actually.
Yes. Viking wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting her specially made. So we do love each other.
Very much. I wanted to get him something sweet.
Oh, thank you, baby. Well, folks, we are going to go ahead. We're at an hour and a half. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. So thank you, everybody who stopped by and chat and hung out with us this evening. Thank you so much for the support. Be sure to like and share this out. Those of you who are watching who haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And stick around, because at the end, I always like to play a inspirational video that Dustin has made for us to do at the end of each show. And Bethany, do you have any last words?
Well, if I don't see all of you, if I do happen to miss you all on Thursday or whatnot, try to have a great holiday if you celebrate, or whatever you do celebrate. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't celebrate anything, just have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And we'll go ahead and play that video and hope to see y'all back here 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Thursday night for Immortal Shadows.
Sweet dreams.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know, I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold